It's only fitting we hear one last spooky story from Rochester's past with our Christian Garzone.
Yeah, he's been our paranormal investigator all month. So, what do you have for us this morning?
For the grand finale, something from my hometown, Clifton Springs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is on Dr. Henry Foster, who was the founder of the Clifton Springs water cure. The waters in Clifton Springs are known to be mineral rich and possess healing properties. The Seneca Indians used the site there for that purpose. It's rumored that anyways. Dr. Foster built the spa apartments right there on Main Street. They're still there today. A hospital sprung up connecting to the apartment building, as well as a building called the Woodbury Building, named after Dr. Malcolm Woodbury. There is Dr. Foster right there. There was also a maternity ward back in the day there as well. Now, Dr. Foster died in 1901. The water cures there stopped about 1950, 1951, although in recent years the hospital brought back those water treatments and offers today an array of services. Clayton Snow, really good friend of mine. We worked at the hospital together for years, washing dishes through high school. He wrote a short story on the haunting of the Woodbury Building, in particular the 4th floor. We always heard these stories about the Woodbury Building when we worked there. We kind of laughed at them, and everyone knew about them. And Clayton had an experience about 20 years ago. He decided to put pen to paper recently, write this short story. And I'm going to read it for you because it sent chills up my spine. And maybe it's because I'm so invested in this. I work there, so I kind of know the lore, the tales. But I'm going to read this for you right now. It's called The Ghost of Woodbury by Clayton Snow. I have a picture of him somewhere I sent to Hannah, but I don't know if we have it. There's Clayton. That's from the jacket to his book, What Women Need. No, I'm kidding. But that's Clayton. I'm sort of ruining the mood here. But that's my friend Clayton Snow. He wrote this story. I'm going to read this for you right now. So, called The Ghost of Woodbury. Every town has its ghost stories, and Clifton Springs is no exception. Over the years working at the hospital, I'd heard plenty. Whispers of footsteps echoing down empty corridors, babies crying in the night when the maternity ward had long been closed, even misty figures moving through the halls like drifting memories. And then there was the legend of Dr. Foster, the restless physician said to patrol the old Woodbury Building, forever anxious about fires breaking out, just as he had been in life. I'd always smiled at those tales until the morning I stopped smiling. It was a bitter winter weekend nearly 20 years ago. The hospital had offered a bit of overtime, a simple job really, moving boxes for the building department. The work was in the Woodbury Building, 4th floor. I met with the manager on Friday to go over the details, promised the boxes would be cleaned up by Monday, and decided to start early Saturday before the sun was up. The building was nearly silent that morning. The elevator groaned as I rode up, my breath visible in the cold air. When the doors opened, the stillness felt thick, the way it does in places that have long since been forgotten. Dust hung in the air. There was a smell, too, faint but sharp, like sulfur and old plaster. I pushed my cart down the hallway, unlocked the storage room with a brass tag key, and left the padlock and key together, resting on a stack of boxes just to the right of the door. I worked quickly, stacking boxes onto metal shelving, eager to finish and head home to the warmth and to the daylight. When I stepped back into the hall 15 minutes later, I reached for the lock. It wasn't there. At first, I thought I'd misplaced it, knocked it to the floor maybe. I searched the area carefully, checked my pockets, even turned over a few boxes. Nothing. The lock and key were simply gone. Then came that uneasy silence again, deeper this time, as though the air itself was listening. I started to retrace my steps down the corridor, scanning the floor. Now, the padlock was heavy. It would have clattered if it had fallen. About 10 feet from the storage room, beneath a stepladder, leaning against the wall, I saw it. The padlock, the key still inside, resting neatly. Someone had placed it there deliberately. A chill crept up my back. I didn't linger to question it. I locked the door, pocketed the key, and left that floor behind as fast as the elevator could carry me. When I told the manager what had happened on Monday, she only laughed. "Oh, that was probably Dr. Foster teasing you," she said, almost casually. "He does that sometimes." I forced a smile, but I couldn't shake the thought, the way the lock and the key had moved. Maybe it was just a trick of the mind, a simple misplacement, nerves playing games, or maybe the stories were true after all. All I know is I never went back up to the Woodbury building alone again. By Clayton Snow. Yeah. He mentioned that to me, I think, a few years ago, and he finally wrote it down, and I was so impressed with the way it was written. I said I have to read that. But we always heard those stories about Dr. Foster or some presence in there. You know, babies crying in the night because there was a maternity ward that way. You would hear on quiet nights, like, I thought I heard babies crying, and it's, oh, that's, well, you know, sort of, I don't know, the multiverse crossing over or something, the ghosts of babies, I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, can anyone, like, I would love to go and visit.
Well, it's part of Rochester Regional Health now. You used to be able to walk in back in the day. Now it's kind of...
What about the fourth floor?
The fourth floor, I don't know. I've not been in there in so long. Like the Woodbury building. No, I haven't. I worked there for years, but the first floor of Woodbury is like administrative offices. Second floor is for like people with mental health challenges. Third floor is for patients who have problems with addictions. The fourth floor, as far as I know, has always been abandoned. It's been. Wow. I think I peeked up there once and there was nothing to see, and I just went back down. We would deliver meals there, but never went above the third floor. But people always talked about that stuff, you know, late at night.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Very well done story.
Do you want to go?
What? No, I don't want to go.
No?
I've got nothing. Well, I mean, I could. I'm in Clifton Springs almost every weekend. I mean, I suppose I could, but not during the day. You got to do it right. He wasn't there early morning hours before the sun.
Well, that's when I would want to go. I say we show up at, I don't know, 1, 2 o'clock.
Maybe next Halloween we do a story on it.
Why don't we? What do you got going on tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning, my furnace is getting installed tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's afternoon.
That's
tomorrow.
No, it's an all-day job. It's 8 to like, they're showing up at 8 o'clock. Triple O, hope you're there. Okay, thank you. Not to call you out on.
Yeah, well, you've done it 3 days in a row now. So.
Yeah.
Christian, good story. Thank you for that. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Clayton Snow.